Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. How do we sound? Hopefully we sound okay. It is bright and early where I am. But there is no better way to start the day than with a little bit of excitement from this indie showcase. And I hope that it's good. Honestly, I hope that it is I hope we get to see Silksong. I hope maybe we get lucky and we get a new trailer for Witchbrook, which at this point should be getting a release date. I mean, if it's going to come out this year, it's got to be, you know what I mean? It's got to be soon, right? At least that's the hope. At least that is the hope. We got Foxy in here. We got Brisket in here. Hello, hello. We got Mag in here as well. Hello. Good afternoon. It's 10:30 p.m. Holy moly. It's just after 5 for me. That's bananas. We got Yusuf in here. Hello, hello. Good to see you again. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so excited you guys are here. I do apologize. I know we were going to stream on Monday. We were going to do some Minecraft and work just got the best of us, and we wanted to stream yesterday, but by the time I was able to stream, because I had to work last night as well, and by the time I was able to stream, I would have only been able to stream for like an hour and a half, and I really hate doing that to you guys. And so I figured we'll just save it for today. And now don't get me wrong, today will be a little bit of a short stream as well, just because it is still a work day for me. But I really wanted to do this indie showcase, and I really wanted to hang out with you guys at least for a little bit. So I appreciate you indulging me for a bit as we jump into this. Let's hold on, let me make sure that we actually have the right screen on. Okay, let's see, I'll move myself down really quick. Okay, again guys, thank you so much for joining me. I have my coffee here, so I will be much more lively in the next hour or so. Or at least that's the hope. But I'm excited about this indie world. I really am. I think it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. And honestly, I love these indie showcases. So this is good stuff. I think it's going to be a good one. Bell, we got Belbin here as well. Hello, hello. And guys, I know I say this just about every stream. I'm just starting my work day. I know, same. Same. I'll just be sitting here with my sock knitting. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Hold on. All right, so we're still working on these. Honestly, is there a better way to start your day than in the valley? I don't know if there is. I really don't. I don't know if there is. All right, so it's currently the 9th. Oh, I need to put some of these, because we had these dining tables. These winter tables. Look at our little farm. It's absolutely thriving. It is absolutely thriving. I don't know if these are going to fit out here, but they do look nice, right? Oh, can we not place these down? That is so unfortunate. Maybe they just won't, maybe they just don't fit here. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I don't know where to put this, honestly. We have so many little things scattered around. Something like that. It's my last day of vacation. Back to work tomorrow. Enjoy it, honestly. Enjoy the last day of vacation. I hope it's been a good one. I can't wait for the weekend so I can start my day in the valley. It's the best way to start the weekend. Nothing better than waking up and just hitting the valley. You know, doing a little grinding. We love it. I guess we'll use the rest of our goat cheese. Have to drive to Tennessee this weekend to pick up my son. It's not a fun trip, too long in the car. How long of a drive is that for you, Foxy? Because honestly, I can't stand to be in the car for more than like an hour. If I have to drive somewhere for more than an hour, I dread that. I dread that trek. I really do. I don't think there's any place I've ever driven to that I was like, and the same goes for being on a plane. All right, we got about 15 minutes before this indie world starts. Just enough time for us to, you know, check in on our animals. 8-ish hours driving plus stops. Oh my gosh. And then you got to come back too, right? Holy moly. No, see, sign me out. I'm just collecting all these duck feathers at this point. At this point, we're just trying to see how many duck feathers we can collect. Everybody's looking good though. They're looking good. All right, so we checked on the... Oh, wait, no, I actually didn't need to go in here. I used to live in New England. Couldn't go anywhere without driving 2 hours. Ugh. That just doesn't sound fun to me. And honestly, when I used to drive from like the East Coast to the West Coast, having to go to like, you know, that trip for me, it was like five hours or so. And it was just brutal. It's just brutal to just be sitting for that long. Look at all our little dinos. They're looking so good. We got our OG cows in here, thriving in their new home. You know, we love it. Okay. All right, so we got eggs and we got all the stuff, and I need to put chests in there as well. All right. Oh, I forgot about all these fish spawns. There we go. There we go. I forgot that we threw the animal cracker in here. So chat, I have a question. For these legendary fish, do they multiply as well, or will there only ever be one of these fish in here? Like, we got this mutant carp, we got the crimson fish, we got a glacier fish, you know? It'll only ever be one? Ew, do you know how for You know how for the little quest that we have to do for certain fish, will we ever have to do that for these fish? Like, will we ever have to get something for the glacier fish for them to produce more? They don't ask for anything either? Wow. So is there really a purpose in having like these other fish? Like, I just worry that we're never going to have, you know, we're never going to get like enough stuff from them, you know? All right, where do we put our other items? I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. Oh, I forgot we have a forge. Oh, our farm looks so good. It looks so good. I totally forgot we did a bunch of DIY, you know, decorations and stuff. And boy, does it look good. It looks really good. I gotta get rid of a lot of this stuff. Why do I even have this? At least everything is like mostly organized now, except this. Why is this in here? Chat, aren't you proud of us? Legendary fish do not multiply. I really wish they did. I guess that would be kind of broken though, right? I mean, can you imagine if they did multiply? That would be quite insane. All right, we're gonna throw this in here. I'm pretty much just collecting. I'm collecting a list of. I'm collecting a list of food items. All right, so we pretty much emptied our pockets except for this clothing item that I keep forgetting. Okay. All right, that's about it. We got the pumpkin juice. I need to turn this TV remote in. I guess we'll go do that now. We'll go turn in this TV remote. I just wanted to finish. What we were doing here. Look at all these coffee beans. Yes. Good stuff. You know, it's so funny when you start having all of these little items and things. You start having these trees and look at our greenhouse is thriving. The plants are growing. It's looking beautiful, right? You start having all of these things. Like, I thought that doing all this would be overwhelming, but it's made the game so much more fun having all this little stuff to do, which I think has been really fun. Okay, we got apple jelly. Oh, 5,000. That's not too bad. Listen, that's not too bad. Let's see, is there anything else we can dehydrate? I've pretty much just been dehydrating strawberries. The mushroom lamps are adorable in the greenhouse. Oh, I love it. I love them. All right, let's see what would happen if we dehydrated pineapples. I bet that would be good money. And then I guess we'll throw these oranges in there as well. Okay. All right, chat. Here we go. Also, guys, I appreciate you being here. Truly, truly. I know you honestly could be anywhere, spending your time anywhere. And I always appreciate you guys choosing to spend it here. as we continue our Stardew Valley, you know, festivities. It'll be probably by the end of the week, we'll be on year 3 of our farm, which will be kind of insane. Okay, we're just going to turn in this remote. I know you guys were telling me to buy this, you said buy this triple, oh, here it is, triple espresso recipe. Oh my gosh, this is way better. I think coffee only gives us 1 minute, right? That's so much better. So you push the button first. What's this button do? Well, how about that? It's a new channel. Here, take this. It's a stone that I found when I was a coal miner back in the day. Funny thing, it's glowed blue and stayed cold for over 40 years like magic. Oh, magic, you say? That's got to go to the wizard, right? If it's magic. Hold on, let me check to see if the wizard will take it. If his place is even open. I can't remember if he closes at 5 or I think it is 5. It might be 6, but I don't know if we can make it. Oh my gosh, how far does he live? Holy cannoli. Oh, we just barely made it. An Arctic shard, a most powerful substance indeed, and potentially infused with the element of ice. I'll take it if you don't mind. You're still here? Oh, you want something? Take this. Oh my gosh, okay. The worm has got to go to Willy, right? It's got to go to Willy. Wizards do not keep regular person hours. Isn't that true? That is so, so true. All right, we'll take this to Willy after we do the... Oh my gosh, our farm looks so good, and I feel like this is just the beginning. Once we get more furniture catalogs and things, I think it's gonna make it look even better. And I'm honestly so excited. I need to make a second row here. I kind of want to make a second row of you know, for a pathway. I don't really like the single pathway, and I know it's such a silly thing, but I genuinely do like a double path. Yeah, if we could get a double path here, but then we'd have to obviously get rid of these. You know. And then we would shuffle this one down. You know. I think that could look good. Okay. All right, chat. It is time for Indie World, and then we will come back to this for a little bit. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let me... All right. Let's see. Okay. Chat, I'm excited. I'm excited. Here we are. I might actually stand for this thing because I'm so hyped. It's so warm these days. It is so warm. But even more so than the Nintendo Direct, Indie World is probably my favorite event, my favorite time of like my favorite type of showcases. And so here we are, Indie World. It should be starting in the next like minute or so. And I'm excited about it. I really hope that we see something for Witchbrook. A Witchbrook release date would be insane. I would love to see something for Silksong, especially given the fact that with Nintendo's Direct way back when, they were heavily showcasing Silksong. I don't know if they have some sort of collaboration where Silksong is going to be, you know, they're like Nintendo gets the honors of talking about the release date for that game. And really just any other indie games, cozy games. I'm kind of open to anything. That's what I love about Indie World. You don't know what you're going to see. Maybe we'll see something for Sword in the Sea. I know that's a game that'll be coming out next week. We probably won't see anything for it just because the release date is so close. But given the fact that we just got a Nintendo Direct last week, I was surprised to see an announcement for Indie World, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Here we go. I can't wait. Has anyone played Shovel Knight? I heard it's really good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indie World. I'm Ariko.
And I'm Tyler. We're back to showcase a batch of new indies coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems.
Let's go.
Since the launch of Nintendo Switch, indie games have brought us fresh perspectives, unique styles, and taken us on unforgettable adventures.
I love indie games.
These independent developers means there's something to play for everyone. We can't wait to discover what new experiences talented indie developers around the world are bringing to both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
I know I might need to pull up Steam so I can add these.
Dive into some titles for Nintendo Switch.
No, I'll add them as we go. I really like the art style of this one. It's different and slightly creepy. The Well Dweller.
Oi, eu sou o Pedro, artista e designer do Neverway.
Eu sou Isadora, programadora e escritora do jogo. Quando começamos a fazer o Neverway, nós nos inspiramos em vários elementos de jogos que a gente ama. E nisso tentamos criar algo único.
A gente também notou como que usar contraste deixa a experiência muito mais fortes. Uma cena de terror, por exemplo, é muito mais impactante logo depois de algo acolhedor.
Esperamos que isso torne o mundo de Neverway muito mais vivo para vocês. E que vocês gostem do que vamos mostrar hoje.
You would never expect to see like the words wholesome and horror
And become the immortal herald
in the
of
same
death beauty.
sentence.
Sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
It sounded intriguing to Fiona too, who hopes to survive this unusual set of circumstances in Neverway, a nightmarish life sim RPG co-created by the pixel artist of Celeste, with an original soundtrack from the composer for Fez and Hyperlight Drifter.
Oh, that's a solid team up.
Don't worry, these circumstances come with a sword that Fiona uses to explore and fight through the Neverway, an alternate reality leaking into her own.
That sounds intense. Is she alone?
Not at all. Along the way, she'll meet a variety of charming characters, each with their own unique routines and story to follow. befriend, romance, or deceive them to unlock buffs and combat abilities to help you on your journey.
Okay, I might have to give this Immortal Herald thing a whirl.
Dude, that actually looks really good.
Persist through this deadly dimension, engage in fast-paced combat, and pay off your debt when Neverway descends onto Nintendo Switch next year.
Okay, chat. I'm actually adding that one. That looks really good. Neverway. I don't know if it's just gonna be on Switch. Oh no, it's on Steam too, chat. It's on Steam too. That'll be a fun one. Psychological horror. Oh yeah. No, sign me up. I'm so used to being here and speaking English that those guys speaking Portuguese threw me off. Oh no. Oh, this one looks cute.
Publisher of Firewatch comes Herdling, a new adventure from the creators of the acclaimed Far series. In this
Herdling.
tale of beauty and companionship, guide a herd of mysterious creatures into the mountains and beyond.
The journey will be challenging but breathtaking as you traverse fog-wreathed forests, forgotten valleys, and snowy plateaus.
As you cross these diverse biomes, discover more of the fabled beasts known as calicorns and add them to your herd.
You'll also encounter eerie dangers, formidable obstacles, and environmental puzzles as you climb higher and forge your way to the mystery at the summit.
Wield your staff to guide the calicorns and join their exhilarating stampedes.
Embark on a tale of trust and survival when
Yeah,
Herdling climbs onto Nintendo Switch August 21st.
Oh, wow.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
August 21st. That's right around the corner. Okay, I'm gonna add that one too.
Or aisle.
Window. Booth?
It felt like Far mixed with Spirit of the North.
Lone Wolf or Life of the Party.
Ooh, now that's a tough one.
Well, those are the types of decisions you'll have to make in this pleasant puzzle game, where you organize groups of people according
Oh,
to their preferences.
chat, do you remember this one from the Wholesome Direct?
Sits where.
Play seating matchmaker to please picky characters by dropping them into social situations and watching them react.
Oh, my anxiety could
Each
never.
character's unique traits, from the relatable to the outlandish. Everyone has a seat at the table.
Piece together these satisfying puzzles at your own pace and unlock fun new scenarios like bus rides, banquets, limo rides, and more. Sit back, relax, and find the perfect spot for everyone in Is This Seat Taken? Launching on Nintendo Switch later today.
You're lying. Later today? I think I have that one saved already.
Favorite big city just got even bigger.
That's right. Little Kitty Big City is back with a
Yeah, I do have that one saved.
chock full of brand new opportunities for mischief.
Use the cat customizer to give your kitty a fresh new look, or even recreate your favorite fur ball.
Once
You guys
you're
were telling me
looking
about this one.
marvelous, head out into the city to explore new areas, make new friends, and check in on some familiar faces.
Get your paws dirty as you learn skills from your puppy pal, or strut your stuff for the fanciest feline celebrity in the whole wide city.
With a catwalk like that, it's a good thing you can also unlock additional camera mode features to capture it all.
Oh, I love it.
Cheese!
I love it.
That's not a cat pun.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm pretty sure I have this
Kitty
game
Big
downloaded
City,
too.
Free picture perfect update launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
We hope you're looking forward to the Nintendo Switch.
I love when they
game
say this
just
year
launched.
as if it's
Next
not
up,
already
let's
August.
Take a look at some indies bound for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, we're back!
Back and under attack.
What? Ah! Put on a brave face, squad up with your friends, and hop into the Diving Bell as you try to go viral in the online co-op horror game. Content warning.
Grab your camera.
Content
turn,
warning.
and Cursed items for some shenanigans down in the depths of the old world.
Film as many happenings as possible before you run out of breath, batteries, or buddies.
As long as one of you makes it back to the surface, You can upload your footage to SpookTube, grab some popcorn, and watch the views roll in.
You've got 3
That is pretty
days
cool.
to hit your view quota. More eyeballs equal more moolah. And the more ad revenue you can generate, the better gear you can acquire for your next run. What could possibly go wrong?
Fame and misfortune await in Content Warning, coming to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch next year.
I don't know. I something about that
Hi,
seems really
I'm
interesting.
Kenny-san, and today I'm excited to share Ball Pit. It's an action roguelite that fuses elements inspired by some of my favorite games, like Hold Down, Vampire Survivors, and Loop Hero. I'm working with an amazing team of artists who have brought the world to life with a beautiful low polypixel art style, as well as composer Amos Roddy, whose pulse-pounding soundtrack locks you into the rhythm of the action. We can't wait to share with you all.
Time to have a ball in the brand new survival roguelike, Ball Pit.
In the ruins of old Ball,
Ooh.
you'll battle through auto-scrolling levels with brick-breaking style attacks using a bevy of balls that bounce around the battlefield. Whew.
You better believe it. There are over 60 randomized balls to equip and combine during your journey. Experiment with powerful and unexpected synergies to blast your way through the pit.
That's pretty
Collect
cool.
Resources as you progress to build out new Balbalon with over 70 distinct buildings, earning you additional power-ups, bonuses, characters, and more.
Each region of the pit offers its own special set of hazards, on top of swarms of increasingly challenging foes and mighty screen-filling bosses. This pit is packed.
Fortunately, you'll meet other treasure hunters along the way who can add their individual skills and upgradable powers to your arsenal.
Experimentation and adaptation are crucial to the success of new Balbalon. So go out and create total chaos against the approaching hordes in Ball Pit, bouncing its way onto Nintendo Switch 2 this fall.
I love it.
Nintendo Switch, October 15th.
This one kind of stresses me out for some reason. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I like the chaotic nature of it. Something about this feels familiar. I can't put my tongue on what game I'm thinking about, but
Stardew Valley の渋谷です。
音楽担当とのヌーです。
カイです。
グレイシャドウは私のホームである北海道の豊かな生態系や寒冷な気候からインスピレーションを受けて生まれました。
音楽ではその世界に共鳴すべく声も多用して情景を描きました。
自然にインスパイアされた、それでいて JRPG 的なスパイスの効いたアクションゲームです。遠い未来の海に住む海鳥の市場として、
they had me at JRPG.
紹介する物語を楽しんでください。
65 million years in the future, the Everwinter has encased Earth within a permanent layer of ice. But under the surface, a new chapter unfolds.
In Glaciered, you play as a Twy, an evolved avian species descended from dinosaurs, endowed with the abilities needed to protect the Everwinter oceans.
These stunning underwater worlds are full of mysteries that are waiting to be explored and defended.
As you swim through these scenic vistas, you'll engage ferocious marine beasts in real-time combat, unleash melee and
That's
ranged
really-
attacks, along with special abilities to
That's really
fell
interesting.
these foes.
Use experience gained from these battles to build up your Twy's wings and various abilities to become the Everwinter's ultimate protector.
Get ready to soar the seas at the end of time in Glaciered, launching as a timed console
Glaciered.
exclusive on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this holiday.
What do you guys think about that one?
Before we go,
A little
let's
swimming
check
game?
out a few more exciting indie games heading to Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch.
If they don't mention Silk Song, I don't know what to say. You know? Ooh, Winter Burrow. All right, chat. That one looks like it's right up my alley. Oh, what's cool is they have a demo for it too. Now we heard about Tiny Bookshop, I think at the Wholesome Direct as well. That one looks really fun.
That's all for today's Indie World.
You're lying.
Enjoyed the games in today's showcase.
A big thank you, as always, to our indie community and partners for bringing their craft, adventures, and imaginations to players
Chat.
on Nintendo Switch 2
Chat.
and Nintendo Switch.
Follow our official Indie World account to stay up to date on the latest news from Indie World.
Chat, Nintendo stresses me out.
Happy gaming!
They really do. Nintendo stresses me out. Like, okay, all right. I don't, sometimes, chat, sometimes I just don't know. I don't know what's happening over at Nintendo. We're going to start it back from the beginning because I feel like we gotta talk about this. So it's so funny. It feels like deja vu because just this time last week, we were watching the Nintendo Direct, and people get really excited about this stuff for good reason, right? I mean, you hear that there's a Nintendo Direct and your mind immediately starts to flurry with ideas of in anticipation, expectations about what could potentially be revealed. And whenever it comes to these directs, I always try my best to temper my expectations and not get too excited. However, the last time I did get overly excited because I really thought they were going to announce Animal Crossing, which felt like that would have been a great way to like get people excited about the Switch 2. It seems like now it feels like we won't see an announcement about that until 2026. I'm still fully convinced that they are making an Animal Crossing game. I think it would be insane if they weren't. But I was really hoping that they would have an announcement. And if not Animal Crossing, at least something to be excited about. We got to the end of that direct and it was, it was okay. They had a couple games. Some of them had already been announced. Some of them were games we'd already heard from and already heard about. Some of them were just updates. And ultimately, it left a lot of people feeling kind of underwhelmed. Even with the lowest expectations, I think you couldn't help but feel a sense of underwhelming. And now we come to the Indie Direct. And I really went into this with no expectations. Would I have liked to see Silk Song? For sure. Would I have liked to see Witchbrook? Absolutely. But overall, I think I was just excited about the idea of more indie games. And they did show a few things. I mean, I think I may have added 4 new games to my Steam wish list, which is already like 300 deep, filled with a variety of indie games from showcases just like this. But Neverway and Herdling and games like that, I'm excited about. And so, I do feel like me personally, I walked away with something. And I think at the end of the day, if you were able to walk away from this direct with something to save to your library, something to look forward to, I guess you can't help but consider that a win. However, this direct, it was 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes, chat. And the last direct was short too. And I just feel like it's weird to me with a lot of these games, not even, a lot of these games are just games that weren't even coming out. They're not even coming out till 2026. And so the question really becomes like, was this necessary? Like, did we need a direct today? I feel like they could have waited until, I just feel like when it comes to directs, like you shouldn't do them unless you genuinely have something to say. You know what I mean? Otherwise, Nintendo could easily just drop these as trailers. They do it all the time. They'll just randomly drop a trailer for, for a game or something like that. And I think that's, I don't know. I just feel like, and maybe it's just me, I feel like directs used to be, when Nintendo would do directs, they used to only happen when there was stuff to talk about. Like when there was a lot of stuff to talk about, they would have, I think directs should be no less than 30 minutes. But maybe, I don't know, maybe they're trying a new approach. Maybe they're trying to do shorter ones as a way to, not overwhelm people. Because I will say that those longer directs sometimes do feel like they run on too long. And it's like, it's like, hey, we've got 30 games to talk about. Each trailer's 3 minutes at least. And so by the end of it, you're a little overstimulated, which is fine. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like a 15-minute direct, it has you questioning things. It has you feeling like, do we really need to do this? You know what I mean? Could this not have been an email? A little newsletter, say here's some indie games that are coming out. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical, which is very possible. Maybe I'm being too critical. I feel like I still enjoyed it. I think like Is This Seat Taken looks good. The thing about Is This Seat Taken and a couple of games on this list is that these were games that were already announced during the Wholesome Direct that we watched a couple months ago. When we watched that Wholesome Direct, there were a couple games on this list that I believe, especially Is This Seat Taken. I remember that one specifically because that was one that I was actually really excited about from that direct. And so I saved it. But yeah, there were a couple games on this list that were already announced. And other games aren't even coming out till 2026. They don't even have specific release dates. And so, it just, yeah, for me, these directs they've been a little disappointing, I think. But I don't want to come off as too negative because I do feel like I still came out of it with something to look forward to. Just like the last direct. The last direct didn't have a whole lot. What it did have was, that Adventures of Elliot game, which I'm actually really excited about. It presented a new Octopath Traveler game. I mean, I'm still playing Octopath Traveler 2 in my spare time just because I love the music and I love the art style. So whenever I do have a minute, I'll pull out my Steam Deck or pull out my Switch and I'll play a little Octopath Traveler and just like, I just love everything about that game. I love the combat, the music, everything. So, even though those were really the only two games that I was really excited about, I still feel like I came out with something, I agree too. Feels like they should focus on games coming out closer than 2026. I agree. I mean, we're in August now. The most recent direct, this indie world that they just did, I feel like, using this to announce games in 2026 just feels weird because it's like we still got about 4 months left in 2025. So are there no indie games coming out in 2025 that that they could have focused on a little bit more? I just feel like it's, I don't know. I think some announcements are worth it. Like if you got a big, like if you had a Mario game that was coming out in 2026, that might be worth it to talk about. That might be worth it to present early. I just don't think, like, I don't know. And some of it is just like, hey, let's get this on people's radar. Let's get people, talking about it. But it's like the amount of directs, and this isn't just like a Nintendo exclusive thing. We see this from Sony. We see this from Microsoft all the time where they'll talk about these games. And it's like most of them aren't even coming out till next year. But, I don't know. Maybe people have differences of opinion in that realm where it's like you're okay with them talking about games coming out next year at this point in the year. I mean, we are towards the end of 2025, just about. And so talking about games that come out next year is kind of like, okay, we're starting to think about next year. For me though, it just feels like that's happening too often. And we're not, I don't know. I think obviously we've already kind of been talking about games that are happening in 2025, but I wish they had talked about more games. I was not expecting a 15-minute direct. It's not to say I'm bitter. It's not to say I woke up early for this, because I did. Even though for some of you I know it's middle of the day. Some of you it's the afternoon. Some of you it's the evening. But for me, you know, I would have, you know, I would have waited, you know. I would have waited, you know, because they're going to do another Indie World probably in November, December, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another Indie World. And at that point, you could really be pushing for games coming out in 2026. You know, I feel like if you're going to do an Indie World now and it's only going to be 15 minutes, just focus on the games coming out this year, you know. But that's just, you know, yeah. Attention aside, the presentation feels a bit unfinished. Oh my God, that is so true. And I watched a video, I watched a couple of videos last week after the Direct where people were talking about how that one felt unfinished. And they were confused as to like what's going on at Nintendo, because it just felt like a lot of people were feeling like that one felt unfinished in a way. Like it was, like it felt like they just wanted to do a Direct to do one, but there wasn't really anything that was really in it. You know, not to say that the games that were talked about didn't deserve to be talked about. It just felt like could that not have waited until there was more to talk about? You know, like I said, I think really what I'm circling around is that I feel like Directs, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree with this, should be big showcases. They should be big presentations. I'm not saying everyone needs to be mind blowing, but one, I would say they need to be at least 30 minutes. Because it just feels weird when you get to a Direct, you're excited about it, you get through maybe, you know, 6 or 7 games, and then they're like, that's all we got for today. And it's like, well, why did we, you know, why did I wake up at 5 a.m.? You know what I mean? But they're like, yeah, but you didn't know what we were going to show. And so, you know, that's how we get you. We got you to show up. And I'm like, you get me every time there's a Direct. Every time I see the name Indie Showcase, Wholesome Games, I'm like, I gotta see, because, you know, the one time that you skip it is the one time the Animal Crossing is announced. You know, the one time you say, I'm not falling for it this time, Nintendo, you can't get me this time. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. for you to show me 5 games, and many of them aren't even coming out till next year. That'll be the day that they'll show a full gameplay reveal for Witchbrook. And that'll be the day that I cry. You know, that'll be the day that you see me cry live on stream. Twitch.tv/thatguyrye. That will be the day that you'll see my most vulnerable side. That's all I'm saying. And so, you know, will I fall for it the next time? Probably. You know, I probably will. I probably will fall for it. But at least we fell for it together. You know? I think at the end of the day, that we fell for it. We got bamboozled as a community. Now, I will say that Winterboro does look really good. That does look really good. I'm excited about it. There was a game that was mentioned. It was mentioned in the last Direct. It was called Hella, which was also kind of like a game centered around a mouse. But it looked really cozy. I think it had like a graphical style similar to like Unraveled, I believe. It looks fantastic. This game about running a bookstore, I don't even read books like that, just not because I don't want to, just based out of simply just time. I would run a bookstore. You know, I would run a bookstore. What was that game called? It was running a bookstore, cozy bookstore. You know, like this conversation that we're having right now about the Nintendo, the Indie World Direct is about to be longer than the Direct itself. That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it. Undusted Letters from the Past, Tiny Bookseller. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I need you, chat. I need you for many reasons. Tiny Bookshop. See, that's going on the list. That's going on the list. And that comes out. That comes out today. That comes out today, chat. It's crazy to think they actually have a demo for Tiny Bookshop. They actually have a demo. Chat, should we try it? Should we try it? I don't know. Strange Antiquities looks super interesting. Yeah, I remember them doing that one as well. Don't tell me that I have to work tomorrow. Hold on, chat. Let me see. Actually, let me finish this. Okay. I say all that to say, if I had to rate this indie world, chat, if I had to rate it, I don't know. You know what? I don't even want to rate it, chat. All I will say is that this was a direct that happened, you know? It was a direct where they showed some games. It was a direct that I woke up at 5 a.m. to be present at, you know? It was a direct that happened. It was a direct. That's all, you know, that's all I'll say. That's all that there is to say about it, you know? That's all there is to say about it. I don't want to speak in negativities, chat. I don't want to bore you with me lamenting on what I feel like to be the greatest scam of 2025, that being Nintendo's showcases this year. I don't want to say they were all bad, but you know, I'm Nintendo's becoming a meme right now when it comes to you know, experiences that most certainly could have been emails. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Wow, so the game plans to unlock in approximately 1 hour. Okay. All right, we're going to try the demo. We're going to try the demo, chat. We're doing this thing. We're doing this thing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're going to try the demo right now. 2025 is not a great year for a lot of reasons. Oh my gosh, yeah, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on 2025 as a whole. As a whole. This year has been it's been an exhausting one. But the beautiful thing is we've endured it together. We're in August now. Okay, the year's about to get a lot better. We're about to fully embrace cozy time, right? I'm already embracing cozy time. The fall decorations are already out. The candles are already lit. Okay, all I need to find to really complete this is pumpkin beer, pumpkin cocoa, and that's it. You know what I mean? And a new blanket, as if I didn't already have enough blankets, you know, but you need one that symbolizes this year. You know what I mean? You can't use the 2022 blanket for 2025, even though I will probably be doing that as well. And if you're doing that, then I have no judgment here. But yeah, Leo season. I don't follow astrology that well, but you know, I'm sure that means something. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's about to get a lot better, chat. Honestly, I look forward to the end of the year. I do. I look forward to August, September, October is when I'm, you know, this is like October's prime time for me. I love October, you know. November's okay. It's for me, it's just more October, you know. And then of course you get into December. And I love the holiday time. I loved theme seasons. I think that's the thing, chat. I love theme seasons. I love being you know, I love theme seasons. Truly. Okay. I'm going to finish a crochet blanket this fall. Can never have too many blankets. That's what I'm saying. You know, being an adult is amazing for the one reason and one reason only, that you have adult money. And with that adult money, you can use that to heal your inner child, you know? And I can't tell you the number of like childlike things that I spend my money on because I can, you know, because I can now. And while the world becomes more expensive and the amount of money you earn somehow becomes less, or at least it feels less because life becomes more expensive, it continues to be that way, I still find a way to buy myself that that thing that brings about that childlike wonder, whether it's a Funko Pop, a crochet blanket, a coloring book, you know, and I think that's important. It's important to continue to find ways to access your inner child and just to feel like life is worth it, you know, that it's an experience where you still feel like there's joy and merriment. You know, I think that's important, because I feel like as we get older, it just becomes harder to feel like you're not overwhelmed by the burdens of everyday life. And, you know, when you're a kid, you're kind of given, like, people kind of do that for you in a way, you know, your parents do that for you, your friends do that for you, you know, whether it's sleepovers or fun experiences. I do miss sleepovers, though. I will tell you that. Hanging out with your friends, playing Smash Bros. Or whatever game it is till odd hours of the morning, waking up to a pancake breakfast because your friend's mom cooked up for you guys, and then you go and you play outside for the afternoon. Nothing was better, man. Nothing was better. You come in from playing soccer inside, and what do you got waiting for you? Chicken nuggets and Tostinos pizza rolls. You know, Totino's pizza rolls, and you're living. And you boot up Smash Bros again, and you say, we're going to do this for the next 6 hours. And then dinner time hits. And your friend's mom, she ordered pizza, you know? And I will say, I do wish that as adults, we did that more. You know, I wish as adults we had adult sleepovers. You know, you don't really see that often where a bunch of friends get together, you know, even if it's like 2 or 3 friends, they get together, they have sleepovers. I'm sure people still do that. I don't know. It just feels like a lost art, you know, a lost art. I would be open to a sleepover. Like, hey, we're going to meet up and we're going to do a Star Wars marathon. You know, we're going to watch all 3. However, I do worry I would fall asleep or something, you know, I'm not a late night person anymore. I wish I was. I still have sleepovers and pancake breakfast, but there's nothing I miss more than going outside and playing. Man, I tell you, I miss it. Just going to the park, you know, or going outside. Like growing up, I used to, for a time, because I lived in a lot of different places, but I used to live in a cul-de-sac, and one of our next door neighbors, they had a basketball court or a basketball hoop, and they always left it at the, you know, right in the cul-de-sac. And this was at a time where, like, you just, like, you saw friends outside playing and you just joined them, you know, you just went and joined them. And, you know, you joined them until the street lights came on. You were just outside, you know. I do miss that. I miss that time. You know, it's like now you have to be a lot more intentional. You know, you have to, like, actually plan things now, which in its own way is quite exhausting. We had a basketball hoop in our quartersack, and it was so elite. I mean, it was a game changer for me. Like, we'd see the kids out, like, they would come over, they'd be like, hey, we're going biking. You know, we're gonna go bike. And we had nowhere to be. We just go biking because, you know, that's what you do. You know, you bike with your friends. Okay, chat, this looks a lot better. I actually like this a lot more. I like this a lot more. I probably could just use an iridium sprinkler. How much coverage, chat, does an iridium sprinkler do? Wait, do we really only have 3 gold bars? Chat, where are all of our gold bars? What happened here? It's 5 by 5, so 5 up and 5 across. I want to try one. Chat, this is our first iridium sprinkler. Holy moly, we're leveling up. Wait, so 5 by 5. Hold on. So 5 by 5. So I would want to put it. because that's 2 across. Why does that feel weird? Why does that look like it's in a weird spot? Should it have been here? I think it's just the way that this area is laid out. I feel like it's yeah. It's like I want to put it right in the middle, but there is no middle. You know, it just kind of... Oh, that's going to bother me, chat. I mean, this is like the most middle that it could be. Oh, chat, that looks ugly. I don't know how I feel about that. Me and my baby sister going to have a fall movie night with all the blankets and treats. That's basically me in October when it comes to Halloween Town. Like, I try to do a Halloween Town marathon every year. The first 2, not the 3rd one. And that's kind of a running joke for me. Anytime I talk about Halloween Town, I always say the first 2, not the 3rd one. We don't like the 3rd one. The first 2, though, absolutely peak. Absolutely peak. And I watch it every year, and it is just the time. It is the time of my life, you know? And then I try to do like, you know, you try to do like some arts and crafts and things like that while you're doing it. Chat, does this look okay? You and I just said Halloween Town at the same time. You won't be able to till in that upper left corner. Yeah, that's the thing. This spot here, you know, we can't till here. The layout is just bad, chat. It's just bad. You know? I'm like, did I mess this up? Should this just be something else, chat? I mean, we technically don't even need a crop anymore. We have the greenhouse, which is pretty much how we do a lot of our stuff, you know? We have the greenhouse. And so technically we don't even need this area anymore. We could turn this into something else if we want. You know, I don't even really use this for crops anymore. I mean, we have this area down here. We have this area down here that I could have turned into crops, but now look at it. It just looks so good now. Now this is like a little, it's like a little foresty, you know, it's a little Junimo hideout, you know? And I love what we did. We put a couple of cobblestones around and maybe fish ponds. Yep. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, chat. I like where your head's at. That's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. That's what we're going to do now. 100%. 100%. Okay, I just wanted to finish this day. Let us try out this tiny bookstore. Shall we? Okay, yeah, we're going to turn that. I think we could turn that space into like 2 rows. I'll just show you what I mean. I'm thinking 2 rows of 3 fish ponds, right? So you could, with some street lamps, you know, you could do like 1. We'll probably only be able to fit 1 here. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when it's designed, but like I'm thinking 1. Yeah. If we move this, we might have room, but maybe 1 there, 2. See, but that would have to put it right in the middle though. Well, we could always change the path too. The path technically doesn't need to be in the middle, right? We could have a path on both sides. We could have a path that comes straight down here and then a path that comes down this way. And then, yeah. And then we could have, you know, 2 fish ponds, 2 fish ponds, and 2 fish ponds. Fish ponds are more productive. If you'd like to experiment with farm decor, you could try creating a little seating area or a garden. Ooh, maybe a fish pond garden could be good. Honestly, I know you like the paths, but with limited farm space like this, I don't tend to use paths where crops can grow. That does make sense. I mean, yeah, that does make sense. I just don't know if we're doing crops anymore. Look at this. This gave us 8 glacier fish roe. Holy moly. Chat, we are going to be so rich. We are going to be so rich. That just gave us eight. Holy moly. 8 glacier fish roe from the golden animal cracker that we gave. So you're saying maybe try out a garden, maybe make a garden. I mean, I could see us putting something like a little garden space right in the middle here. You know? I could see a garden being something that we try to, you know, mess around with a little bit. I could see us doing, I don't know, how many fish ponds do you think we could fit here? Like, I think actually maybe even putting some trees here. Like, I think trees could be good. You know, I love how we have trees over here, and, you know, it could be good to plant a couple trees across and maybe not do these gates anymore, but we do trees. But I do agree with you. I've been trying to find a way to use this space a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe we just do one path that goes to that comes down and goes here. But then the rest of it is kind of, you know, even just little seats along the path to sit and watch the fishies. Okay. Okay, I like that. I might actually get rid of this. Yeah, we might redesign this, chat. Get rid of all this fencing. And maybe we'll just plant some trees here. And along the trees, we'll put maybe, I'm thinking 3, maybe like scattered. So we do like 1 here, and then we do 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 down here. So it's basically like, and then in front of each one, maybe we could put like an L-shaped, I wonder if there's like an L-shaped bench that we could use so that you could watch. So if you're sitting here, you know, you could watch the fishies here, but you could also watch the fishies here too. I think that would be good. We're going to take this down. We'll make some trees. We'll probably put some trees here and here. So it'll be like an L shape of like trees, which would be really good. And maybe something in the corner here. Now we have a mill. And I don't even think the mill's useful. I haven't really found any use for it. I just like the way it looks. You know, look at it. It's adorable. Maybe we put up a second mill, you know, right in this corner. And then a couple of fish ponds. And then, yeah, some seating area. We have the Junimo seats. Oh, but I think those are only indoors. Like these little benches here. Adorable. However, we do have the stoops. The stoops, I think you can put outside. And so, because we have a couple of them down here. Yeah, see, we got a couple stoops here, like this one. And so maybe we could just make a bunch of those and then line them up. And we can make our own L-shaped desk. We could also take one of these Junimo huts and put it over in the corner as well. You know, if we don't want to spend money on, you know, spend resources on making a second windmill. The mill is most useful if you don't want to buy things from Pierre. That is true. The Junimo stuff also really works for the aesthetic of the forest farm. You know, it's foresty, trees, right? I'm thinking maybe we put a couple of pine trees here or oak trees, you know, along this area. Then we put the fish ponds. I love designing. I think it's my favorite thing to do in this game. It's just planning out how we want things to look and really trying to then like create this aesthetic. But I'm actually excited for transforming this space into something a little bit better. And I know we have fish ponds here, but the fish ponds, 1, they look amazing. I love the way the fish ponds look. And 2, I just think that they just add so much personality to our little space, you know? So that's the idea. I haven't figured out how to use the mill just yet, but you say it's useful if you don't want to buy things from Pierre. I don't tend to buy a lot of things from Pierre, you know, to begin with, honestly. But I know you can buy rice from him and stuff like that. Yeah, I know you can buy rice from him. Have you been doing much cooking? You know, Not really. I mean, we got a bunch of recipes. I know I need to start cooking more. Like we got, you know, there's still a lot of recipes. Oh, we actually have a lot of recipes. I didn't realize that. When it comes to cooking, though, I really like to just cook the things that give us stat boost. You know, a lot of these things are just, I don't know. I think if these recipes gave more stat boost versus like health and energy, I would invest in them more. You know, but it's like, why would I make sashimi when we have pumpkin juice? Pumpkin juice is a lot easier to make and it heals and does a lot more restoration. But like, imagine if like, you know, all of these recipes gave you something, +1 luck, +1 mining. You know, you go down the list and you start to get better buffs, like +4. Like, see, this is +2 fishing. I think all of the cooking recipes, because you have to acquire a number of items, snail and garlic and cave carrot, mushroom, kale, oil, you know, because you have to acquire so many items for them, it's a real like investment in it in itself. You know, you'd have to plant this stuff. You'd have to go find cave carrots. You'd have to, you know, grow mushrooms. And because of that, I feel like the perk or the benefit should be that you get stat boosts. Like, but none, like very few of these recipes that at least the ones that I have access to, give you anything. Like this one's +1 fishing, +2 fishing, but it would be really cool, you know, +3 foraging. I think all of these cooking recipes should give you some boost, you know, +1 speed, +4 fishing. It's like, okay, you know, we're getting somewhere. Cooking can be good for gifting. Oh, I just make buckets of coffee. I know we got the triple shot espresso. Now that we have all the coffee beans, that's like the most cooking I like to do. We got the coffee beans. We put those in the kegs. We make the coffee. We bring the coffee here. We make the triple espresso, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And so now triple espresso shots are really what we're going to be holding on to. You know, the espresso shots, the bombs, you know, especially for when we go into the caves. But yeah, I don't know. I know you guys say that it's good for gifting. So maybe, you know, I don't know. I wish you could buy these recipes. I know it's every Wednesday or so you can go here and you can get a free recipe or something like that. You know, artichoke dip. So I mean, there is value in it. I do see value in cooking. I just haven't really gotten into it. And maybe we'll invest in that. I could see us doing a whole playthrough where we can only heal with cooked food. And so, you know, we'd probably start off making fried eggs, and then, you know, eventually we move up to other things like these glazed yams. Pretty easy to make. 200 energy. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still less than our pumpkin juice, but that's not bad. You know? I'm pretty sure I'm here because of Min's Meadow, but I can't remember. That's totally fine. Welcome. Let's see. I go for coffee and cheese always. I mean, cheese is amazing because it's so easy to make. I mean, you get the milk, you make the cheese. It's so easy. Pumpkin juice is a little bit harder, but ever since I found pumpkin juice, I pretty much, in the fall, I invest in pumpkins. I buy as many pumpkins as I can afford, and I make a whole pumpkin patch. And then we juice all of that, and then that becomes like a kind of our secondary way of which we, you know, have energy and we have health and stuff like that. We just buy pumpkin juice. But the cheese, yeah, you guys put me onto the cheese pretty early, and I didn't actually start using it until year 2. But I was like, I gotta hold on to this cheese. So pretty much anytime we get gold cheese, you know, I pretty much just hold on to it because, I mean, you can't beat that. 225 energy, 100 health, and it's easy to get more of. It's too easy. The goat cheese I usually put in the cellar. Any other cheese I put in the cellar, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. pumpkin, parsnip soup. I wish you could buy recipes as well. I know you can. I mean, we just bought the triple espresso recipe, but I mean, there's a lot of other recipes I've not discovered. And I'm wondering if, you know, I wish there was another way. Like, I wish there was like, I know Gus is kind of the chef. I wish like we could check him every Wednesday or something. And that would give us a chance to like buy a new recipe from him. But again, I know that there's ways in which you can do that. Let me look at, so you said it's good for cooking. Oh, wow. So you can, fruits and, you haven't given any gifts of this kind? Fruits and vegetables, animal produce, artisanal gifts, cooked items, flowers. Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't realize it was separated into all these categories. Miscellaneous, and then her favorites. Wow. I did not realize it had, and that's for everybody? Oh, I didn't realize they had all these loved gifts. That's interesting. And Penny, we're getting close with Penny. And we know, you know, a few of her loved gifts. Or is this, oh, this just categorizes it. Loved gifts on their birthday gets you extra hearts. Does it really? Where do we put the calendar? Oh, here we go. Today's Sebastian's birthday. Oh, I forget about the night market every time. I totally forgot about the night market. I can't wait to do that. Feast of the Winter Star. We did the Festival of Ice for the second time. Yeah, I really got to check the calendar more, chat. I know that's something I'm really bad at. I've missed a lot of birthdays because I mean, it's like when you're focused so much on the farm and growing the farm, decorating the farm, you know, it's hard to keep track of all of these birthdays and all these gifts and, you know, I put the calendar right next to my bed. Oh, that's a smart idea. That's a smart idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. And you could check it from there. I don't know why we just got a quality sprinkler. Yeah, I guess we'll put that one over there. Oh yeah, I love it. I love all the banners that you can get. You know, I think the banners add a lot of personality. Chad, I'm gonna be honest with you. We put up wine, I think, in the middle of summer. I think it was summer that we got these kegs. Or, you know, the cellar. And that wine has been cooking the entire time. I feel like I could have sold this wine 3 times over before I'm getting the wine, before I'm getting the aged wine back. Now I don't know how much money we're going to get for it. You know, I don't know how much money we're going to get for it, but I will say that if it's anything less than 1,000 gold a piece, even if it was 1,000 gold a piece, that is not worth it. For the time it's taking, I could have dumped all this cheese in. Look at this, almost 50,000 gold worth of cheese right here. You know, look at this, all this money. You know, we could have just been aging cheese this whole time. I don't know if the wine's worth it. I don't know, unless we're getting 5,000 per for aging it. I don't know if it's worth it. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right, Chad, let's try this. Tiny Bookshop. It's a demo. This cozy game was announced a while back, and it is This was a game, I think they announced this during the Wholesome Games Direct. Tiny Bookshop. And I remember watching that Wholesome Games Direct. I had Steam open. And I said, you know what? I said, I need that game. Now, apparently this game comes out in an hour. Comes out today. It comes out today. And so, essentially, you run the Tiny Bookshop, you know? And I'm sure, you know, from the trailer that we saw, it looks like you'll be able to upgrade that Tiny Bookshop. You'll be able to, you know, do all that kind of thing. And that's really exciting. That is really exciting. There was something about it. I think it might be the art style. You know, it just looks really cozy. I mean, come on now. It looks insane. Dude, that was kind of adorable. I mean, right? I loved it. Ooh. Oh, dude, this is sick. Tells you the weather. Wow, there's crime. Crime. Oh, no, these are books. Okay. I was about to say, like, can people steal your books? My, what a sight. You must be the new bookseller. I've heard so much about you. Like, what? Oh, I know. I know you're planning to sell used books for a good price and that you're not from the area. And I certainly think that you could use someone to show you the ropes around here. Welcome to our quaint little town. I'm Tilda. Lovely to meet you. I used to run the local bookstore here before my retirement, so you can trust my advice. Let's see. You should know that us bookstonians have very particular taste in books. I, for example, prefer to read classic and crime novels and not much else. So why don't I have you have a look at your selection and see if I can find something worthwhile? So she looks at the books. This is all the books that we have. Oh, she bought a book. Oh, so this is all the books we have. I wonder how we go about getting more books. And then it tells you the sale chance. When a customer finds a book... Oh, wait. I missed it. Sadly, you didn't have the right book on offer. Even though you may have books of the right genre, whether people actually take one home depends on your sale chance. You can check your sale chance at any given time by hovering over the genres on the right. Look at this. 43% sale chance for fact books. The sale chance shows the odds that someone might find a book they like. Because the chance is based on how many books you have in your shop, it will decrease as you run out of books throughout the day. Managing to sell that last book of the genre is mark of a great bookseller. Oh, that's cool. I love the vibe. It seems like a really cozy, chill game. People come in, they buy the books. We have the books, you know? So we didn't have the book that he wanted. So he left. Wake is a lot better than the movie. Oh, look at all these people coming in. We're making money. Oh my gosh. He bought a few books. Hi there. You're the bookseller, right? I see you already talked to Tilda. Did she know everything about you already? Yeah, she does that. Told me all about the review before I'd even started my job there. Oh, I'm talking about the Buxtonbury Review. It's the local paper. Yeah, I sort of write for them. My name's Fern Estrada. Glad to meet you. Your arrival is kind of the only interesting thing that's happened around here in a while. So you'll have to excuse my nosiness, but it's sort of my job to write about you now. How about you help me out by answering a few of my questions, and I'll give you a free subscription in return. You might appreciate the events calendar, and people often sell used books in the classifieds, right? So for the record, what made you come to Buxtonbury? Needed an escape? Searching where I belong? Wanted an adventure? Let's go for an escape. I kind of feel the same way. I hope it works out for you. Okay, and what's your first impression of the town so far? Very windy, but bit intimidating. Friendly, I think. Don't worry, it really is. People might be meddlesome, but they only have the best intentions. Thanks so much for the little interview. I really appreciate it. And I promise you'll have the first copy of the review by tomorrow morning. I'll have to look at your selection now, if you don't mind. See you around. Oh, okay. So it seems like a pretty chill, like, management game, you know, or at least a management style game. People come in, they buy the books, but it doesn't, I'm not sure. It hasn't told us yet how we go about getting new books, you know? Like, do I go to a shop? Do I spend the money that we earn, buy more books in the categories, you know? Or we kind of decide what books we think, based on these, you know, sale chance projections, might be selling more. Oh. And we closed up shop for the day. And then we move on. I wonder if we move to another part of town or... Ooh, Buxtonbury Review. Filled with articles, events, and items for sale. Thanks, Fern. Oh, wow. I love this. I love this. Tiny Bookshop rolls into Buxtonbury. Buxtonbury newcomer turns new page. We got the weather. I love the detail for the Buxtonbury Review. I love, oh, it looks so good. The classified section. Have you ever dreamt of escaping your old life and starting a humble business abroad? That's precisely what this tiny bookshop operator has done, choosing our very own Buxtonbury as their latest destination. When asked about their first impression, the fresh-faced bookseller finds Buxtonbury to be very friendly. Find out more about the new and exciting shop by visiting the waterfront tomorrow. We got a guest column, Moira's travel log, Bali on a budget. Don't miss these incredible tips. We also have events. It shows us what's going on. There's a weekly flea market on Saturday. You can check the weather, keep an eye on upcoming events. Here you can see the money in your pocket and all the books you own, both in your shop and in storage. Looks like they're running a little low. In the classified section, you can acquire used books to replenish your stocks. Let's give it a try. Just click to buy. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one costs $0. Those should come in handy. Maintaining a good stock of books is an important part of any book selling venture. Oh, wow. And so we randomly get a selection of books to add to our list. The classified section will sometimes have other bits and bobs. Let's pick up this lonely cactus. Oh, a bit prickly, but has a heart of gold. While equipped, plus 2% to drama sale chance. Oh my gosh, so they have like RPG elements in here too, like plus 2% to danger. Oh, is that like a danger book section? Close the newspaper by toggling it in the item bar. Okay, let's give this lonely cactus a new home. This is your item bar. From here, you can open the newspaper and customize your bookshop amongst other things. Click here to customize your bookshop. Oh. Oh, this is cool. This is your inventory. Click and drag an item to place it in the bookshop. Oh. Nice, you got a boost. Some items can increase your sale chance for certain genres or change the effectiveness of other items. Watch out though. Sometimes this comes at the expense of another genre. Oh, so it's like a real like risk and reward. Khaled, welcome in, welcome. Equipping some items will also increase your daily expenses, so keep that in mind. Hover over an item to check out what it does. Oh. Okay. To remove it simply. Oh, okay. You can decorate inside or outside the shop. Just click here. Okay, let me put, can I put the, I guess not. Try selecting the paints category to begin painting your bookshop. Oh. Now click the bucket onto what you want to paint. Look for a white dot or use the icons above the shop. Wait, so maybe like a yellow? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. I wonder, maybe we'll use this one. That's nice. Once you've satisfied your inner interior decorator, click this button to save and return. Can I? Okay, so it doesn't let us do that right now. I want to paint the floor too, but a sign that says books while equipped plus 5% to customer count, and a folding table and a guest book plus 2% to customer count if you sold more than 10 books yesterday, plus 5% to customer count. So I kind of like the gray, but it's cool. They have a lot of different colors, and you know, you could kind of mess around with a little bit. No, that's neat. Oh, I like that. All right, so then we go from there. Welcome to Buxtonbury. Each day you can pick a location to visit on the map. Going to a location has a travel cost, which is based on your daily expenses as well as parking fees for the location. You'll unlock more locations as you go. For now, let's pick the waterfront square again. Oh, wow. So it's cool that you're gonna, I wonder if we'll be able to go to the beach, Far Beach. You've got Grand Pier, Buxton Bay, Time, Burrow Hills, and Rye. Dude, I love this game. I love this game. All right, let's pick. Can we drag? Oh, we can. Okay. Okay, so these are kind of like the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grand Pier. 1, 2. Time and Rye, I think, are Rye Time. Those are going to be my favorite spots. But if we can go to the beach too, oh yeah, I would definitely be. I'd definitely be locked in for that. But this is a pretty cool map. Let's go back to the waterfront square. These are the books in your storage. Selecting a genre by clicking it to start stocking your shelves. Oh. And then you can click to place the selected genre into your shelf and click to drag multiple books. Oh, wow. So this is how many books you can. So this book is now in your shop. We can only hold 40 books at a time. Stocking more books of a genre increases the odds of people finding a book that they will like within that genre. Check the sale chance by hovering over the books on the right. Oh. Well, yeah, you have 0% because we don't have any books. You can remove books from within the shelf by clicking. Oh, that's cool. And then it's still 0. So let's fill up the shelves. No need to leave any empty space. So it's 0, but if we put a couple of crime books, it goes up to 20. We put up a whole row, 40% that will sell one of those books, and then we can get rid of them as well. So maybe if I wanted to go for maybe 5, you know, we got 5 of those books. We have a couple of classics as well. Maybe we'll go 5 of those. So interesting. We got a ton of kids books. I don't know how many kids are popping up. I mean, I guess you have parents that might pop up to here. So maybe I'll get rid of those and add a couple of crime books. I think it's a wild behavior. It's a wild marketing decision to put the crime books right next to the kids' books. You know, it's easy to get confused here. Now, maybe this is my OCD talking, but I feel like maybe we'll put kids' books and we'll put fantasy next to each other. I love how easy it is to plant the books as well. Like, you don't have to, you know, you can get rid of them really easily. You can plant them really easily. We got the travel books and the fact books. That feels like a pretty easy thing. Now, maybe I want to put, I don't know. I guess we'll put more fact books. I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe we'll throw one away. We'll put another travel book and then throw a couple of those down there. It seems like a really simple spread. We got a 30% chance almost across the board to sell a few of these. I don't know why we have so many travel books. Holy moly. Okay, that's 40 for 40. Now, I wonder if at some point we're going to be able to get more, like another bookshelf. You know, maybe increase inventory size. I think that could be good. I love the names. They're so whimsical. This is proven to be a bit of math, but I'm still liking this for sure. And it, you know, I'm not big on math too, so I'm not really sure how much it plays into, you know. Obviously, if we stack the books with nothing but crime novels or fantasy novels or something, obviously that would probably go up to like 100% chance. I don't know. While we're still learning the ropes, I feel like, you know, we just I figured we just keep it even across the board. We probably don't need this many drama books, but maybe I would do better throwing some more fantasy books up, but I don't know. We'll kind of see. We'll kind of see what happens if we have more or less an even spread. I love how it has the date too. Did you notice you can look around the location? Click to drag to move your view. Oh, you can interact with things by clicking on them. Let's pick up this buoy. Oh, wow. Plus 1% to travel sail chance. Oh, so it might actually be worth it to go in and look at some of these surrounding areas. Can interact with these things. Even before you open too, which is really nice. The coastal wildlife of Buxton Bay. Most of the board is taken up by the illustrations of the marine animals native to the local bay. You recognize a moon jellyfish with 4 purple circles. You remember seeing a stranded one at Far Beach before. Their delicate tentacles are used to catch prey such as plankton, but are harmless to humans. You also see an image of a herring gull in flight. It has a characteristically bright orange spot on its otherwise yellow bill. These scavengers can seem menacing to humans, but they are trying to adjust to the increasing urbanization of their habitats. They are incredibly intelligent. For example, researchers have observed them shoplifting books, presumably using them to nest in. Lastly, there is a group of small gray acorn barnacles pictured, shown to look different above and below the water surface. Were you aware that the hard bumps often found on rocks and boats are actually the shells of small arthropods? An acorn barnacle's legs poke out from the top once the tide comes in to catch plankton out of the water. Fascinating creatures. It feels like you have gained a whole new appreciation for coastal critters today. Now, I thought reading that was actually going to give us some kind of buff or something, but it is still pretty cool that you know, outside of just selling books, you know, we do get an opportunity to explore some of the surrounding area. And again, I just love this art style. I just love this art style. It looks so good. Seems like the telescope is out of order right now. Best check back later. Now, I hope at some point we'll be able to look at the telescope and see the lighthouse and all that kind of thing. Anything else that we can grab? It seems like that might be it. So we'll open up the shop. You can also buy books and items while out and about, but they will be put into your storage where you can access them the next day. So if we wanted to, we could buy more books, used book lot, vintage kids books, and a vintage desk bell. Oh, that's cool. And it seems like opening up the review, it seems like it pauses it too, which is really nice. Now let's see what anybody buys, if anything. Hopefully somebody buys something. I love how it's just like a chill game though, that you can just have on, you know, you don't have to think too hard. You don't have to do too much, but you can just kind of sit back and enjoy the coziness. There you are. I wanted to commend you on how much you've been livening up this place. I'm sure you want to branch out to other places in town now. My friend Mary owns a very successful cafe in the town center. If I call her up and get her to give you a parking space, you could get quite a few visitors. Yeah, I guess so. You can always trust me on these sorts of things. Tilda knows what she's talking about. You know, she may be nosy. She may know a little bit too much about us, but her heart's in the right place. It's decided then. Meet me out by the Cafe Liberty as soon as you can. Ooh, we got a cafe. Oh, dude, this is where I want to sell my books. This is it. Go to the cafe and speak to Tilda. Meet Tilda at the cafe. Tilda asks you to meet her at the cafe in town. Seems like she won't accept no for an answer. She never does. Oh, and while we're on the topic of showing your face, I heard our dear Walter was quite impressed with your wagon. He's one of the local fishers. Why don't you go there and introduce yourself? He should be back from his recent catch just now. Oh, Walter. Introduce yourself to Walt the sailor. You might want to write this down, love. Having an organized diary will come in handy in our business. You know what? I still have quite a few unsold journals left over from my old shop. So here, why don't you take this one? Oh, we got a journal. We got a journal. There you go. I hope you make good use of it. We got a journal. Open it anytime to check on your progress. I was like, here you can track what genres you have sold the most of, useful for adjusting your selection. This is the total number of books you sold here. Oh, wow. Okay. Check back for hints and events as you discover more. And looks like this page holds little postage stamps to mark your moments in Buxtonbury. You'll collect these stamps as you are making contributions around town. You can also see your progress towards the stamps as well as hints and extra info. Oh, introduce yourself to Walt the sailor. Click the arrows in the corners to flip to another page. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, and it shows for each area too. Go to the cafe and speak to Tilda. Click one of the bookmarks to quickly navigate between different chapters of the journal. Oh. We've got characters we've met. Every ounce of detail in this game is so impressive. I mean, I love the art style. It kind of reminds me of Unpacking in a way. I don't know why. I think just that really cozy atmosphere, really leaning into the kind of cathartic feeling of relaxiness. You know, on this page, you can use the different items and effects currently affecting your bookshop. Make sure to use this page if you're ever unsure what something does, or when you are trying to create the most optimized bookshop. Okay, so we got the bookshelf. So it looks like there's a chance we might be able to get another bookshelf and a couple of other equipped items that all have stat boosts on them. +4 for daily expenses. We also have a calendar. The calendar gives you an overview of what's happened and will happen this season. Check back frequently if you're ever unsure what's going around town. And simply click on one of the days to see more details. Oh. Oh, that's cool. So some of the days nothing's really happening, but here we've got the weekly flea market. Seems to happen every Saturday, which is pretty cool. We've got this summer bonfire. Celebrate the end of the season with everyone at the beach. Oh, that's so cool. So, oh, I love how you can hover over everything. They'll tell you what they are. They'll tell you the name of people. We got, these are all the things I think we have currently equipped on our, so I'm curious if we could equip something else, if the next day will be different. But that is really cool. Books sold today. These are the books that we sold yesterday, the characters that we met. Oh, that's cool. No, I like that. It's so easy to use too. Very, very cohesive. I love the stamps though. These must be all the locations we'll be able to go to as well, which is really neat. Waterfront Square. The books that we've sold. All right. No, that's cool. No, I like that. I like that a lot. Can we go over to talk to Walt? Ahoy there, kiddo. How's it going? Oh, we got a stamp. Let's go. Introduce yourself to Walt the Sailor. You made the acquaintance of Walt the Sailor. Looks like you got a good, sturdy vessel there. I have some old items lying around which I thought you might like. See if any of it is to your liking. Oh, we could buy from him. So we could buy a vintage globe. Gives us +1 daily expenses for each different location you visit in the past 7 days. +2% to travel sale chance. A square buoy. +1 to travel sale chance. And then a lobster buoy. A special buoy for a special someone. +1 travel chance and -15% to animal effects. I didn't even know there was animals in this game. I don't know. We don't have a lot of money, so I'm not going to buy anything. But that is really cool. Seems like I wonder if he'll have different inventory, you know, as time goes on. But my friends tell me you got some decent cargo on board too. They've been especially enjoying your travel and classic novels. Guess I have to be careful or I might be outsold by you. Why don't we make a bet? If you can make 20 sales to my buddies, I'll admit defeat. So a challenge is locked. There's challenges in this game? I'm looking forward to a little competition, kiddo. Good luck. Oh, I love it. What are you doing here? So I assumed you'd be at the beach like everyone else. Oh, I'm so sorry. I already forgot that you're new. You just seem to fit in so easily. Sorry. I'll show you how to get to the far beach in case you want to drop by there soon. Okay, so far beach is the location we'll be able to go to. That's definitely where I want to sell my books. Visit the beach 3 times. Get to know the beach by visiting it. Okay. I'm not really a beach person myself, but I'm sure the crowd there will need some of your reading material. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. And then the day kind of continues. I don't know how long, like in real time, each day is. It seems like it's not, you know, not terribly long. Maybe like 15 minutes. Let me open the journal again. So now we have the far beach as like a new destination. Oh, that's cool. So we still got a couple more challenges. Adopt the stray. Ship happens. Feed the stray. Find the dog. Okay. I love how we got, I love how we get stamps though. That is pretty cool. That is really, really cool. And then the weekly flea market on Saturday. Now, if we bought more books, I'm curious what they would do. So we've got, I mean, we could buy Baby Valuable. Oh, okay. So it seems like this one, because we paid for it, it seems like it gave us more books. And I'm sure maybe this one probably gives us a ton of books. I wonder if it refreshes. Hopefully maybe like once a week we'll be able to refresh it. So I guess we'll let the day continue to play out. Nice setup, by the way. I love your background. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How much do you think this game will cost estimated? I'm actually not sure. I would say, I don't know, probably less than 20. You know, I'm sure it might actually be up right now. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. It's supposed to be up in the next, like, it's supposed to be up in the next couple minutes, honestly. It should be available right now. Maybe another like 20 minutes or so. We checked it like an hour ago. It said 1 hour. But we wanted to try the demo just to see, you know, kind of how this game plays and if it's something that we would enjoy. I feel like it has a lot of potential. I mean, you know, I'm always up for a cozy game. I'm always up for an experience that kind of takes us away from the stresses of daily living. And this one just feels like it's got something. It kind of, I feel a little bit cozy grove in here too. Looks like some items have been discounted a little. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, the used books and the vintage kids books are discounted. Looks like there's new seasonal items as well. And it does look like it refreshes. I don't know if this is every day, but might be a good time to buy them. Although you could wait longer and risk someone else buying them first. Items in the seasonal section have much slower turnovers, so there's no need to hurry. But be sure to snatch them before the season ends. Maybe I'll try to get this vintage kids books. Oh my gosh, 27? Jeez. Okay. That's great. That's great. And then of course we got the waterfront, customize your bookshop. You can now look around the map. Okay. Oh, so now you're seeing different prices too. To go to Waterfront Square, Cafe Liberty is obviously a little bit more expensive. Bar Beach is the most expensive. Wow. Now I wonder what would happen if we ran out of money. Like, would we be able to go to Waterfront Square if we didn't have enough money? Or how would that work? I guess it's not something I want to find out. Loving the music in this game so far too. It is really cozy. I really like the music. It kind of pulls you in. So these are kind of like the surrounding areas. I'm assuming we're going to get to go to Rye at some point. Probably not. Probably have to wait till the full game. But Burrow Hills as well. So I'm wondering. Another thing I'm curious about is if the price will change. Like if we go to Cafe Liberty, if that will always be 12 gold, or if it's based on like how far we are. Like traveling from Far Beach to Cafe Liberty, I wonder if that will be a different price than traveling from Waterfront to Cafe Liberty, because we're technically here. I don't think that. I doubt it though. I doubt it's like that intricate, you know? And obviously these are some of the newer items that we have. We can put up different signs. So there is like customization here, which is really nice. We can put little, you can put up a little stand. All these providing little buffs for us, you know, which is this one plus 2% to customer count if you sold more than 10 books yesterday, which is pretty neat. And then of course the buoy, which we could put somewhere like there. So that's pretty cool. I like the customization, different shelves, all these different categories, options that we could invest in, you know, furniture, plants, all that stuff. Really, really good. This tracks all of our progress. And then of course you got the newspaper, which you can buy books and all that kind of stuff from. But no, I really like that. I really like that. And then from here, yeah, see, it seems like the price changed. So now it's saying it's 6 instead of 5. They all went up by 1. I wonder if, is that because we just went in here and then came out? Okay. I just want to make sure it didn't go up even further. That is strange though, that's even a thing. I don't know. Anyway, first impressions. I like this. I like this a lot. You know, I put this on the same category of games that we've been experiencing and finding a lot of coziness in, like, you know, Tiny Glade, Cozy Grove, you know, yeah, those are just a few of the games that I feel like I feel like there's similarities to here. You know, I love the management aspect. I love that the game doesn't really require too much about us. It's a cozy game about running a tiny little bookstore. There's different areas that we'll get to travel to. There's different, and I'm sure each area is going to have different settings, and it's probably going to have different levels of interest for those books. Like, I would assume that people at the far beach might enjoy travel books more, or they might enjoy, you know, mystery novels or something like that. But what I wasn't expecting from this game was the level of like RPG elements, like, you know, buying buoys and buying some of these other things actually provide buffs. You know, it gives us buffs to our you know, to our bookstore that can help us sell certain books. If we're looking to sell a certain book, we can apply, you know, different items. You know, and I'm sure that that customization is only going to increase the more items that we find. And so that's really exciting. Now, in terms, I'm seeing that a few times people ask how much this game is. It's currently on Steam right now, supposed to be dropping very, very soon. It does not appear that it is available yet. It still says August 7th. It says this game plans to unlock in approximately less than an hour. So we checked it a while ago. It was an hour. And so I don't know, even when I boot it up again, now maybe it's just because it's on my phone. Let me actually pull it up. Yeah. It doesn't seem to be showing up yet. So I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. But one thing I do know is that no matter how much it costs, I'll be buying it. Like, I think it'll be $19.99. That's my guess too. I would say $19.99, maybe $15, you know. That would probably be my guess. I don't expect it to be more than that. But I would say, you know, this game worth? It's $30 on Switch. See, but that's the thing though. I feel like Switch upsells or upcharges for a lot of games. There's a lot of games that I often see that get put on Switch that for some reason are just more expensive for whatever reason, which is why I end up buying a lot of these kinds of games. A lot of my indie games, I end up buying them on Steam. One, because you get more, you know, sales, you get more Steam sales more often. You get games going on discount a lot more than on Switch for some reason. It's definitely more in depth of a game than Unpacking, so I'm okay with $19.99 for sure. I think Unpacking was about $20 too. When I bought it, it was on sale, so I got it for really cheap. But you know, now here's hoping that it's not 30. I think 30 does seem like a lot, you know. I love supporting indie devs though, so I mean, I would pay it, but yeah, I think that would be a bit much. I think 20, even 25 might be pushing it, but I would say 20 feels like, you know, a good amount. But it depends, you know. Honestly, you know, it depends on how much you like the game. You know, I think that's a decision that only you can make. But you know, I love these kinds of things. I love highlighting, you know, these new and upcoming indie games. I love playing these demos because I think it gives us all a chance to decide for ourselves with the time that we spend on the game, how or whether or not, you know, we're willing to pay whatever it costs, or whether or not we want to jump into the full thing. For me, I think this game has a lot of heart. It has a lot of charm. You know, I think any game that you play that makes you smile a little bit unexpectedly, you know, whether it be through a discovery. I love the stamp feature in this game. I think that, you know, for me, that is worth it. You know, I didn't expect to like a game about selling books, you know, I really didn't. But I do like it. It's one of the things I love about Stardew is that it's $15. So yeah, the fact that Stardew is 15 is insane. Absolutely insane. With the hours that I think many of you have put into that game, the hours that I've put in the short time that I've been playing it, you know, I put in maybe like 150 hours into it total. And I know that pales in comparison to what many of you have put into this game. But I mean that speaks for itself. Like I think that game could have been 50. But you know, when you're an indie dev and you've been the sole creator of this game and all that kind of thing, I think, you know, 50 would be a hard ask. I mean, back when Stardew first came around, you know, but who would have known that that game would have become as popular as it is? I'm sure the creator, when he dropped that game, I'm sure he had no idea that it was going to be literally potentially the gold standard for like the indie experience and for life sims and farming sims. And I think many farming sims that have come from it have tried to emulate what Stardew has done, because that game was just so it continues to blow my mind how much is in that game and how much they've done, you know, which is really impressive. Anyway, Tiny Bookshop. I loved it. The music is absolutely breathtaking. It's taking me away. I really enjoy it. I think the gameplay was fun. I like that you can customize, you can paint your bookshop, you can do all these things. It truly feels like a game that, you know, like a game that you can sit on your couch and just completely lose yourself to, you know? And I feel like even in this demo that we played, we probably only scratched the surface. I don't know how far the demo will take us. I'm sure maybe we could go to like another town or something, or I don't know if it's one of those things where it's just a time demo, but I feel like we've seen enough at this point in the demo experience to know, you know, whether or not we'd want to continue it. And I hope that we do. I really do. I hope that we, I mean, I don't know. It really depends on you guys if that's something you'd want to see, but I would definitely be open to playing more of the full release. I'm going to wait and continue refreshing and seeing when it actually drops. But hopefully when it does, it's, you know, hopefully when it does, it's, I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it regardless. You know, I think it really has something special. And I love playing these cozy games with you guys. I want to get back into Cozy Grove. There's just too many great games for us to play, and not enough time in the day, not enough streams. But if there was, man, I mean, we would definitely be playing it. So I don't know, probably in the next stream that we do, we'll probably end up doing, in the next stream we do, we'll probably end up doing a bit more of this. We'll probably end up playing the full release and seeing, you know, how we feel about it. I will certainly be buying. So cute. See, that's what I love. That's what I love to see. I love sharing these experiences with you guys and giving you an inside look, and then we can kind of all decide together like how we feel about it. I think it looks adorable. I think there's a lot of personality here. There's a lot of potential, and I think it's gonna be one that you don't wanna miss. This one, I would say, if you love cozy games, you love management games. There's even a life sim element to it. Adorable characters, you know, interesting characters. I think you are definitely, you might have your new weekend obsession, you know, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, chat. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Anyway, chat, I hate to do this. I really do. But I have to get to work. I gotta get to the work stuff. I gotta eat breakfast. I gotta do all that. I just want to pop on for a little bit, play a little bit of Stardew. I didn't expect we would try this tiny book game, but I'm glad we did. It was a lot of fun. And then of course we got to watch the direct. I have my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings on the direct. We've already talked about that, you know. I'm glad we watched it. It was a direct. It happened. We saw something. But I'm glad we were able to get together for at least just a little bit this morning and have a little bit of cozy time. The plan is to stream tomorrow. That is the plan. Probably around 1 p.m. Pacific. We will hopefully stream, and maybe we'll play the full release of Tiny Bookshop. We'll see. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. We could start Ori and the Will of the Wisps. We could play Tiny Bookshop. We could play Date Everything. I don't know. I like to leave Fridays. Up to you, or we'll spin the wheel, or, you know, whatever. Whatever you guys feel like you want to see or want to experience. But I appreciate you guys being here. Truly, truly. This was a blast, as it always is. And it always is a blast because you guys are the ones here. And so I will leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. You guys have been wonderful as always. Sending all the love to you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.